And we are back with more of the Grim fucking Ghost. And I am actually a little confused. If you take a look at this cover, you'll see it says the Grim Ghost, a supernatural theory, a supernatural chiller, and the son of Satan fights to save 500 lives in Journey of Death. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't we learn in the last issue that he's actually supposed to be killing people so that Satan can harvest their souls? I don't know. I smell classic fucking Atlas Comics retconning, but whatever. Let's see. See, we got a lady getting raped. We got a guy, fat and bald. He's probably gonna die of a heart attack. He can have his soul. And then some dudes with guns gonna blow up a ship. I don't know. This one is this issue's making promises, and we've only got 21 pages for you to fulfill those. So, the Grim Ghost returns. He does return. Look at him. He's really happy. From out of the moonlit night he rides, mounted atop a jet black steed and laughing like a demon from the darkest pits of hell. For he is the earthbound specter of Matthew Dunsinane, alias the Grim Ghost, a colonial highwayman hanged for his crimes who now battles evil in our time as part of a gruesome pact with Satan. Why? Why does he battle evil? Summon those souls, motherfucker. It is near dusk as the luxury liner Veronia steams towards New York Harbor with the priceless moonstone Buddha locked away in the pursuer's vault. Priceless Buddha? I thought Buddha was against money, but I don't know anything about Buddhism. And in the engine room, 6 minutes to go. Better get moving. Hey, Hawkins, where the heck are you going? I got these awful stomach cramps. I'm gonna sick bay. Moments later in a deserted gangway. Yeah, look at that. That's what I call saboteur action. Ooh, fuck, look at that. Oh, and it works, too. I figured the Grim Ghost would stop him, but no, he didn't. It just goes off. The ship explodes. Some sort of explosion in the third level gangway, sir. It's the D-section area. It's busted in the bulkhead of the port side. We're taking in a hell of a lot of water. Get every available man down there to fight that fire. Get all the passengers into lifeboats in case the fire spreads and the ship starts to sink. You see that every cabin is checked to make sure everyone's evacuated. And get the ship's doctor. Some of our people may need treatment for smoke inhalation. Oh shit, it's going down, man. This thing is escalating quick. Our boy Hawkins set off the explosion of his ride on schedule. With all that ruckus going on down there, they wouldn't notice it if we landed on their poop deck with a herd of elephants. Let's go. That Buddha we want is in the pursuer's vault. Hawkins ought to be in there getting ready to blow the safe now. And then moments later, kabloomo! Here she is, 2 million beautiful bucks worth. Come on, let's get out of here. They got it. So it's a robbery then. They're here to get the Buddha. Okay, Eddie, let's see how fast you can... Look! Is it the Grinning Ghost? It's the Grinning Ghost! Now the criminals stand mute with terror as a vision of doom comes thundering towards them, laughing like a demon from beyond the abyss. So my assumption, correct me if I'm wrong, we should put some theories together in the fucking comments, because this is the kind of stupid shit I like to talk about because I don't have a fucking life. The black steed, does it fly? Because remember in the previous episode when he was stopping those fur robbers, they shot the security guard through the chest, and then he came flying in. So it's like, the horse must fly, right? Because it's drawn that way, but it's drawn mid-leap. So, but then where's he coming from? The ship is at sea. It's in the middle of the ocean. Are we just not supposed to think about... We're just not supposed to think about that. Moving on! Well, it ain't Roy Rogers and Trigger, but something tells me we'd be a whole lot better if it was. My bullets... They're turning into confetti. Oh, he did that trick again. Who are you? I, gentlemen, am the Grim Ghost. And before we part company, I fear we must, I want to congratulate you on the brazenness of your skill with which you were executed this impressive robbery. Yes, indeed, it is banditry, very reminiscent of the type I myself practice when I was alive. They're all going crazy. Oh shit, it's the gas. that he uses to make people disappear, probably sending them to hell. Then he is gone again. Yep, it's flying. It's confirmed the horse is flying, which makes him at least like 25% cooler. I thought he was a big nerd, but flying horse is pretty badass. I gotta give him that. Then he is gone again, galloping into the gloom of the coal-black steed, and where once there was 3 cowering criminals, there is now simply nothing. And does he leave all the people behind? But who is the grim ghost, you ask? I wasn't asking that. I read issue 1. I know who he is. This gallant wraith with a demon's mocking laugh. He is the ghost of highwayman Matthew Dunce, the colonial-era brigand betrayed by a woman and hanged for his crimes. Well, he wasn't betrayed by her. He was there to rape her, and she knew it. He was there in full costume with his disguise on, trying to get between her legs. It wasn't a betrayal. I wouldn't call it that. Who descended into hell and made a pact with the devil. Then it is agreed, Matthew Dunce. I shall spare you the tortures of everlasting damnation. In return, you will travel to the 20th century to gather evil souls for my fiery domain. And by day, Matthew Dunce dwells in the same colonial manor house which he lived before his trip to the gallows. But by night, the grim ghost, who sallies forth on a flying steed to chill the souls of evildoers and gather victims for the demon tortures of Satan. And then is the home of Matthew Dunce nestled atop a grassy hill. Oh, it's a beautiful old house, isn't it? It's a historical landmark. It goes all the way back to early colonial times, even before the American Revolution. Wait, what happened to the boat? Are we not going back to the boat? And on this particular night, gallant Matthew Dunce is giving a party. It certainly was nice. Whoa, what is wrong with this lady's face? You guys see this shit? What is that? There's something weird about that. It certainly was nice of Mr. Dunce to invite his new neighbors to his lovely housewarming. Yes, he is such a charming man and so handsome. This house was empty for such a long time before he moved in. For years and years it seemed like nobody even owned it. Yes, I know. Then came along Mr. Dunce about 2 months ago, and he had the original deed to the place. Oh, deed. Deed, yeah, deed. That's not a P. Ugh. And his ancestors owned the place way back in colonial times. I still think it's weird how he refuses to use electricity or modern conveniences and insists on keeping everything like it was during the 18th century. Well, if you ask me, I didn't hear anybody asking you anything, Herman. Can't you see he's handsome? We don't have thoughts of our own when such a handsome man is around. Might I have the extreme pleasure of the dance, madam? Oh, Mr. Dunce, of course you may. And those colonial clothes he wears makes him look like some sort of blasted hippie. Oh, Herman, will you shut up? Yeah, fuck it. Meanwhile, in the nearby home of Police Commissioner Harrison Martin... Please, Jackie, just come with us for a little while. Please hurry, Jacqueline. We're already late for the start of Mr. Dunce's party. Oh, stop it, Mother. I don't care if we never even go to Mr. Dunce's stupid party. I'm not attracted to him. I like smart boys. After all, Mr. Dunce is our new neighbor, and it wouldn't be very nice of us not to show up at all. Besides, I've heard that Mr. Dunce is very handsome and definitely eligible. Oh God, is this turning into a love story? We're getting a little bit of that Jane Austen here, so... Well, in a way that does fit, so... Yeah, alright, let's see. It might not hurt for you to go out with a gentleman for a change instead of those unsavory rock and roll types you've been spending your time with. Oh, honestly, Mother, Dom was a television actor. Still, he had all that long hair and wore those horrible beads all the time. Oh, well, I've heard that our new neighbor wears his hair in pigtail. Does he? I'm gonna check. Well, maybe he does, but the way Mr. Dunce does it, I'm sure it's very dignified. Mr. Dunce is the perfect... Okay, I know, Mother, he's the perfect gentleman. Well, if you ask me, he sounds like a big fat creep. And then soon... Now remember, Mother, I'm only staying for a few minutes. Don't talk so loudly, dear. Mr. Dunce will hear you. Well, hello there, Commissioner Martin. I'm so glad you and your family could all come. Thank you, Mr. Dunce. We're glad to be here. This is my wife, Marianne, and my daughter, Jacqueline. I am charmed to meet you all, and I can't tell you how comforting it is to have the city's police commissioner for a neighbor, especially with all the brigands about. Brigands? What, I never! Mr. Dunce must mean the muggers, dear. Ah, yes, of course, the muggers. It's hardly safe to travel the highways about them, isn't it? No, I suppose it's not. What kind of business are you in anyway, Mr. Dunce? Well, I used to be in the musket business, Commissioner. But business became so poor after a while that I was forced to abandon firearms in favor of more gainful pursuits. The musket business, goddammit, it's been more than 200 years since we've used muskets. Oh, Dad, can't you tell when someone's pulling your leg? Come on, Mr. Dunce, I'm anxious to find out if your dancing is as good as your repartee. What the fuck is a repartee? I don't know, but I don't like it. I know all the old-fashioned dances were making a comeback, Mr. Dunce, but I have to admit it's been a while since I actually danced a waltz with anyone. Haha, and I can assure you, Miss Jacqueline, it's been centuries at least since I danced with such an exquisite partner. I'm centuries old. Centuries. Mr. Dunce, that centuries-old portrait, is that of you? Why, of course it is me. A fine likeness, don't you think? Painted by a man who lived centuries ago. Why, yes, but it looks so antique. I do hope you like it. It was painted by a young artist friend of mine, who's been dead for hundreds of years. Gilbert Stuart? Oh my god, but isn't he the 18th century artist who painted the famous portrait of George Washington? Oh my word. You're hundreds of years old. Oh, fuck. Shit, man. God, this is stupid, but I'm oddly entertained. Let's continue. I always knew Gilbert had talent, but I never dreamed that he'd ever actually make a secure living at it. Ha! Right, Matthew. You can stop putting me on now. Admit that's not a picture of you at all, but some ancestor who happens to look like you. All right, Miss Jacqueline, I confessed. After all, I admit I like my men to be mature, but I could hardly be expected to become interested in one who turned out to be well over 200 years old. Well, fuck off, bitch. He's been raping chicks since before you were born. Is the police commissioner here? It's important. Why? What's wrong? Yes, here I am, Lieutenant. What seems to be the problem? It's the Magruder boys, Commissioner. We've got them cornered on a rooftop at 717 5th. They've got hostages and want you to come down there, or else. All right, then. That's distinguished. I'm sorry to rush off like this, Mr. Dunce, but the Magruders are a desperate men. I understand, Commissioner. Good luck to you. That's my father for you, Matthew. When duty calls, he just races out the front door. Well, I'll be. He's gone! The centuries-old man is gone! It's like, yeah, they're doing the Batman thing here, where it's a little bit weird. Gone? Well, not exactly, for Matthew Dunce has merely slipped away from his party guests towards a hidden stable sequestered in the woods behind his house. A stable that shelters a jet-black steed and the garish raiment that transforms handsomely Matthew Dunce into the Grim Ghost. It's so funny, because it's like, oh, he works for Satan. He is the Satanic Avenger. It's like, look at that fucking guy, man. He's so, I don't know, it's weird. I don't think they even need the supernatural. Well, no, they do need it. It is entertaining. The supernatural, him being hundreds of years old and all that shit, that's entertaining. That's like the whole fish out of water thing, living in a centuries-old Victorian mansion. That's good stuff. They're up there, Commissioner. Them and the 3 hostages. And they say they'll ice every one of them unless we go up alone and talk with them. What do you suppose they want with you, Commissioner? During the days when I was a detective in homicide, I sent the Magruder boys up on a murder rap, Lieutenant. It looks to me like they want to pay me back. Hey, Commissioner, come back here. You don't want to go up there, you'll be killed. Hopefully. They're setting these characters up, like side characters, the Commissioner and his daughter, and the neighbors and things like that. They're setting them up, getting prepared for a long series. It's not going to happen, but I appreciate the effort. What do you figure them pigs are planning down there, Jeb? I don't know, Stu, but it looks like... Hey, it's the Commissioner. He's climbing up the fire escape. Oh, isn't it sweet of him to make it so easy? This is just going to be like, gasp, look! It's the Grim fucking Ghost! Hey everybody, I'm the Grim Ghost. And I hope you bear me no grudge for what I'm about to do. We are all comrades in larceny after all, but I've got a special job handed to me from Satan himself to steal your souls. Although I like to think that I plied my trade with considerably more style than you. What in the hell are you saying with all them fancy words? You'll learn soon enough, I fear, but look at it this way if you will. At least you won't be having to endure a hanging. I assure you that it's a most painful, humiliating experience. Hey, what's happening? Those sparks coming out of his guns, I can't see anything. And then they're whisked away to hell. Gasp! Welcome to hell, gentlemen. We've been expecting you. And then while on the rooftop, the Magruder boys, they're gone. But where on earth did they go? And that man, am I dreaming? All this, have I gone completely insane? He saw the Grim Ghost? He saw him. Demonic laughter echoes across the rooftop canyons as the Grim Ghost thunders away in a gust of chill night wind. That laugh. I've heard that laugh before, but where? Commissioner, are you all right, sir? Where are the Magruder boys? They're gone, Sergeant. Disappeared. They must have jumped onto an adjoining roof and then escaped. And then a short while later. Welcome home, dear. Did you catch those dangerous criminals you were after? No, we didn't. They got away from us, I'm afraid. Did you both enjoy the party after I left? I did, but I'm not sure Jacqueline liked it very much. She seems quite smitten by the Grim Ghost. And why not, Jackie? You seem to be getting on famously with that nice fellow. I was, Pop, but he left the party in a hurry right after you did and didn't get back for the rest of the evening. Really? Huh, that's peculiar. What did you say that, dear? Oh, I don't know. It just seems funny to leave your own party right in the middle. And then later that night. Oh, nope, while in an adjoining bedroom. Nope, you stay out of that girl's bedroom, motherfucker. You... Dude, you need to, like, get your dick under control. Anyway, watch for him in the next issue of The Grim Ghost, and I will, because the next issue is the final issue, and I want to complete the trilogy. But I don't know what you guys think of this dude. It's weird. There's something a little bit incongruous about this. I'm not sure what it is. I like the supernatural angle. He's centuries old. He harvests souls for the devil. I think it might just be the look. I don't know what it is. There's something weird about him. The look of him just doesn't seem... I don't know. There's something incongruous about it, and I'm not sure what it is. But... yeah, that's it. That's it for this one. If you want to read more comics with me, you like reading this one, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and donate to my Patreon. Until next time, nerds, stay heroic.